Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. This is Abe, your host. Podcasting from the car this morning. Sammy's up and moving around in the room, and I don't really have anywhere else to podcast, but I did have some stuff I wanted to cover. I got to go to work today. I got up about 20 minutes early, so I'm like, hey, I got enough time to do a podcast. I'll knock one out real quick. So I had a busy weekend. Yesterday was a day off, so work was slow Monday. Literally they had me basically working, moving stuff from a garage to our shop. And then after break, I ran an errand with my boss. We went to a storage unit, got some stuff out of a storage unit, went through a bunch of boxes of like trim and scribe and all that, which goes at like the bottom and stuff of the crown, scribe. Those are like two different terms that I've had to learn. Like scribe goes along like the border. It's like a little thin strip of wood. Crown goes on top of the cabinets and makes it look pretty. We went and got a bunch of boxes of that, organized all that shit. It was just a slow day. So like at the end of the shift, he's like, hey, do you want tomorrow off? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take tomorrow off, because I had a shit ton of stuff to do here. I had a tree that I had to go trim up, right over there. So I trimmed that tree up. Had to fix the roof because it was leaking, so me and Sammy went up there and put some more of that stuff on there. Hopefully that fixes it, because I looked at the weather, dude. It's supposed to be like a shit ton of thunderstorms all week. So we're gonna find out. Did that. I went and ran for about an hour, 2 hours, running to the bank, went shopping at Walmart, got some stuff, some Epsom salt, because I needed some of that. Went and tried to pay a bill at the hospital, wasn't able to. I went to the bank, drove all the way to the hospital, so like 45-minute drive. They wouldn't accept cash, so I'm like, okay, that's fucking crazy, because I've paid hospital bills before, over in Danville, and I've always paid in cash. So they're like, do you have a card? I'm like, yeah. I give this chick my card, and their fucking card reader's not working. It's just sitting there going like this. I'm like, fuck me. So anyways, I get home, I call up a number, sit there on hold for like 15, 20 minutes, finally get transferred to a human being. They transfer me again. I ended up just paying it over the phone. I'm like, shit, I should have just done that from the get-go. But honestly, like, if I have a day off to go and do things, I will go and just do it in person. I don't know. I guess I'm just old school like that. So I ended up paying that $113 bill. So fun. Hopefully that keeps them off my back for a little bit. And then went to go get the tracking device taken off my car, because the car lot has them on the cars. And I get why, because we live in a shady-ass neighborhood, and they're literally right at the end of the road. Turns out they didn't even have it on the car. I don't know if they already took it off or what, but yeah. So that was my fun, busy fucking day yesterday. But honestly, dude, I needed a day off during the week to get this stuff done, because some of this stuff I can't do on weekends and shit, which kind of sucks. I'm going back to work today. As far as updates, that's about it. Just busy as fuck. Yesterday I did play a bunch of Zelda, taking notes and stuff, so I will have some more getting further. Once I beat the 2 Zeldas I'm currently playing, I'll have two more game reviews for those, so look forward to that on Blue Pill Podcast. Let me plug my stuff real quick and we'll get on with the episode. I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up in the link below. If you donate to the channel, it helps me pay bills. Me and my wife both work full time, but I have over 700 episodes backlogged you can check out. Everything's free. I do this for free. I do this for fun, but If you want to donate and give me a tip, that helps me too, you know. I don't have one on me, but I send everyone a Conspiracy Corner podcast bookmark and I sign it. Unless you don't want me to, you just message through Buy Me a Coffee. But yeah, you get a free bookmark. So and I will have some Blue Pill podcast stickers sometime, one day. Let's get on with the show though. So I love it. Sammy gets free newspapers. And this is the Lexington Harrodsburg Herald Leader. I wanted to say Harrodsburg Herald. That's another paper. I love getting the newspaper because every now and then there is some decent conspiratorial type news. I've got 3 papers here, and it's all talking about Mitch McConnell and his disappearance. Yeah, 3 newspapers in a row, same paper, and they're all still talking about, like, where the fuck is Mitch McConnell? Also, this one has a data center article, which I will be covering probably soon. Let's see, this is sports. We'll get rid of that. I don't like sports. Bread and Circus. Go check that episode out. Bread and Circus. There's my opinion on sports. That's why we never really cover it. I'll link it down on Spotify as a related episode because you get to choose 2 of them. So let's get into it. Andy Beshear pressures Thune to address Mitch McConnell's absence. So we have covered this Mitch McConnell conspiracy. I actually have a Mitch McConnell playlist right now. This will be added to it. There's 2 episodes on there already talking about Mitch McConnell. Go check those out. It's on YouTube. If you're on Spotify, go subscribe on YouTube. For one, it helps me on YouTube move up the ranks. But also, I have everything in playlists. They don't have playlist options on Spotify. They need to keep up with the platform wars. But yeah, dude, YouTube's awesome because I can like literally talk. There's certain subjects that I keep coming back to, like data centers for one. Like we're gonna cover this data center article another day, and it just helps to have it all on a playlist. That's just like you can click play all and hear every episode that I've done on data centers. You know, helps keep up. So, Governor Andy Beshear is pressuring U.S. Senate Majority Leader John Thune. I have no clue who this guy is, but apparently he's U.S. Senate Majority Leader, to address Senator Mitch McConnell's ongoing absence and encouraging others to join him in the effort. Beshear is a scumbag. He's a garbage person around here. He's like super liberal Democrat, I believe. But I do find it funny, though, that he's kind of pushing conspiracy shit of like, where's Mitch McConnell? You know, he's not outwardly saying, oh, Mitch McConnell's dead. And by the way, if people are asking why would he be hiding his death, we covered it actually a previous episode when we first found out that Mitch McConnell was in the hospital, like all fucked up and sick. The reason why they would be hiding it is they don't want a flash election, and they don't want Thomas Massie in, because of the Epstein files. Massie is one of the few people fighting to release it. Sorry, I said that wrong. Also, yeah, he's a thorn in their side. Massie's one of the very few politicians who are one of the good ones, you know. So yeah, they're pretending like Mitch McConnell is dead. It's Weekend at Mitch's. I think that's probably what I'll call this episode. During a live call and broadcast that aired on Sirius XM, I don't have Sirius XM, so I haven't heard it. Progress Wednesday afternoon, Beshear said it's up to Thune to make sure the GOP members of the Senate have the ability to do their jobs and serve out their terms. Quote, I have also called on John Thune, Majority Leader of the Senate, who is in D.C. right now, to go to see how Mitch McConnell is, says Bashir. Let's continue on 7A. Here's what Bashir looks like, by the way. It's always good to have a thumbnail. I doubt it'll let me use it as a thumbnail because it never does, but... So, this is a continue. Here it is from 1. And if Mitch won't report on it, John Thune has the duty to do that, Bashir said. McConnell was hospitalized June 14th after falling at his home and subsequently developing pneumonia. He has since moved to a rehabilitation facility where he's receiving physical therapy, according to statements released by his office. So it makes me wonder, did they put him on a ventilator? These hospitals, they got all these new fancy ventilators during COVID-19, Well, they're not new anymore. That was, half a decade ago? Doesn't that blow your mind that COVID was, literally, half a decade ago? Time flies, So his office says that he's been moved to a rehabilitation facility. But we're trusting his office? No, I don't trust anyone, As the 84-year-old's absence has dragged on, McConnell has missed more than 36 Senate votes as he recovers. So that's not good, Actually, it might be a good thing because McConnell, he votes for stupid shit. So Bashir has faced online criticism demanding he, quote-unquote, do something about it. But without an official vacancy, Bashir said there's not much he can do, which is why he says the pressure needs to be placed elsewhere. John Thune, as head of Senate, has a direct obligation, if not the vice president as head of the Senate, to ensure that every member has capacity, and those are the people that are doing their job that have a duty right now, the Democratic governor said. So basically, he's pushing the responsibility off onto J.D. Vance, it sounds like. I'm very curious what J.D. Vance's thoughts are. I don't think I've seen him make any comments on the whole Mitch McConnell disappearance. If it's his responsibility, I think we should be pushing Bashir, but we should also be pushing J.D. Vance of hey, dude, what's going on? I would love to hear if Thomas Massey has any comments on this, knowing that he could possibly be bumped up to McConnell's place if McConnell is dead and they're hiding it, or even if McConnell is not if he's already missing 3 votes, the dude needs to be forcefully laid off, Sadly, I have to use a term that's an employment term because these people do see this as a job and they do get paid for this, which is fucked up. I would suggest that everybody online pile on there because that is the person who is ignoring his job. So there you go. Red versus blue, left versus right, because Bashir's a Democrat, Vance is a red Republican, elephant versus donkey, divide and conquer. When McConnell was first hospitalized, the public received few details surrounding his health condition for weeks. Yep. And then when we did, we got this fake-ass photo, which, by the way, this photo right here has been debunked. It's literally, they changed his shirt and they changed the background a little bit. It's the same exact photo as a previous older one. It's fucking crazy. After rampant speculation, McConnell released his first comprehensive statement on July 12th, along with a photo of him and his wife, which is one we covered, Elaine Chao. How come she's not a McConnell? Why didn't she change her last name? By the way, she's a fucking Chinese spy. It's so hilarious, too, because as soon as he got put in the hospital, she left the very next day to Beijing. So she's a fucking Chinese spy. And McConnell's not the only one. There's multiple people in higher up positions of government who are literally dating, if not married to, Chinese spy honeypots. I mean, it makes sense. You know, there's Red Sparrows in Russia. I'm sure there's CIA sex kittens. We all do it as far as the intelligence agencies. Because the average person, like, if my wife was in the hospital, don't get me wrong, if she fell and was in the hospital and had pneumonia and shit like Mitch McConnell, I would be visiting her every day after work. I would still have to go to work and live my life and do shit, but I guarantee you, like, every free time I would be up there visiting her. You know, even if she was like asleep or something, I'd bring a fucking Game Boy and sit there and play Game Boy while she sleeps, you know. But I don't know, that's real love, and my wife is not a Chinese spy. At least not that I think. She doesn't look very Chinese, you know. So McConnell at the time said he had been hospitalized due to a fall and also suffered from a case of pneumonia. On Monday, wouldn't that be crazy if they hooked him up to a ventilator to give him pneumonia? Because we all know that's what these ventilators do. And they were purposely trying to kill him. Wouldn't that be crazy? If that'd be a spin on it. On Monday, McConnell released another photo and statement saying he is not medically cleared yet to return to work or leave the rehabilitation center. His office has not given on timeline on when he will return to the Senate. Nothing can be done unless the Senate declares a vacancy, unless we have a confirmed death, resignation, or expulsion, Bashir said. So expulse his ass. That's what they need to do. Expulse him. Like, dude, you are not physically fit. Any other job, this pisses me off because this is a career for these people. It's not supposed to be. Our forefathers did it as volunteer work, but these people are career politicians off of this shit. Any other job, if you're missing too much work from health issues, whether it's mental or physical, they would, first off, and this is just my experience from seeing it happen with other people, they would cut your hours. That's how it would start. You would go from a 5-day work week to like a 3-day work week. And they would be all nice and sweet about it, even though employers are all fucking evil. It'd be like, yeah, dude, we're just going to cut your hours till you physically get better, and we care about you and we're concerned about you. No, they're not. They don't give a fuck about you, dude. Sorry, they just don't. Look at this ray of light on me. Sorry. They don't give a fuck about you. Oh, by the way, I'm going to get a phone mount. I do have one set up. I didn't get one from Walmart. Sammy says she has one. Now, I'm going to have to keep poking Sammy to get on top of that. But supposedly she has one. She needs to find it so I don't have to spend money and waste money on one. I will get one, though. And the second thing they would do is they would lay you off. They wouldn't fire you probably because they wouldn't want to pay unemployment, but they would lay you off, dude. Or just keep cutting your hours to the point where you get discouraged and quit. It's what they do. It's called like seating people out, you know. But yeah, he needs to get expulsion, you know. Fire his ass. He's too old anyways, dude. And honestly, dude, if you watch, like, we've covered McConnell in the past, dude. This guy is like literally, everyone says it's like, oh, it's a clone defect. He's a clone. He's glitching out. It's like, no, it's not the sexy conspiracy. All it is this guy is old as fuck and had multiple head injuries. The dude is like gone. He's a walking zombie. Which is perfect for politics because now they can just tell him how to vote, you know, and all they need is that old hand to just sign shit and go, okay. This is what's best for America. Okay. If a vacancy is declared, Kentucky law dictates that the seat would have to be filled by a special election, flash election, which gives Massey a chance to get in there, unless they rig it like they did with him versus Gowrain. Go check out the Massey Gowrain playlist. We covered that. Pretty sure that election was stolen. And I'm not saying that just because I like Massey over Gowrain. I'm saying that because, like, there's tons of evidence, and we covered 2 episodes of it. It looks like it was fucking stolen. Which would need to be called by the governor. McConnell is not seeking re-election this year. Good. Then get him out a year early. You know, who cares? He'll be all right. The dude's probably a millionaire now anyways. Bashir sent a letter to McConnell's office Monday that called him to either release more details on his health condition or resign from office. In the letter, which was also sent to Thune, Bashir said McConnell should directly and verbally address the people of Kentucky and provide proof of your capacity to serve or resign. By the way, it's so crazy that Kentucky, I see it every now and then within the conspiracy community, but people are still talking about this, man. And it just, every time like Kentucky gets brought up in like mainstream big conspiracy channels, I'm slightly like, ooh, look at that, you know? I can't help it. The governor also sent a July 8th letter urging McConnell to release more information about his health to help address speculation on social media. Conspiracies. Thune previously said he's spoken directly to McConnell during his hospitalization. A spokesperson for South Dakota senator said he and McConnell had a lengthy and substantive conversation that covered a variety of topics, including national security, July 6th. Okay, this is all hearsay. So this Thune and a spokesperson for South Dakota senator said they both, 2 people saying, yeah, we talked to him. So we're just believing just word of mouth. Like, yeah, just trust me, bro. No, I want to hear those conversations, like audio recordings. Or I liked the other day, there was a news broadcaster who literally was like talking to someone. I can't remember who they were talking to, but someone close to McConnell, some other scumbag in the swamp. And he's like, yeah, I talked to McConnell this morning. He's doing okay. He was sitting up and talked to him, and he's in the hospital. He's okay. He was said he's feeling a lot better, but he's still got some resting and getting better to do, you know. And so the newscaster, I don't know if this was planned. Every now and then I think these people go rogue, you know, these newscasters and shit. I'm sure he got his ass chewed out later by his higher ups. Like, how dare you ask that question? What are you doing? Like, this will start conspiracies. But the newscaster was like, cool. Can you call him now and put him on speaker? And the guy's like, no, I can't do that. You know, Thune's office did not immediately respond to Herald leader request for comment on Bashir's remarks. Interesting. No comment. Bashir added he will continue demanding answers, and the Senate can't have a member who is away for a month without explaining it. I'm going to continue to apply pressure to everyone who has the authority to do that, Bashir said. I'm not throwing my hands up and saying there's nothing I can do. I'm trying to explain what my authority is and what it is not. No, it actually does sound like you're throwing your hands up. So let me see. We have a little more time. We'll get into this other article about Mitch McConnell. So this is the same paper, but different article. Bashir urges McConnell to disclose health or resign. Governor Andy Bashir is urging Senator Mitch McConnell to either release more details on his health condition or resign from office. In a letter sent to McConnell's office Monday, and obtained by Herald leader, Bashir called for McConnell to directly and verbally address the people of Kentucky and provide proof your capacity to serve or resign. By the way, like I said, we've covered in the past of Mitch McConnell glitching out, quote unquote. The dude has not had the capacity to serve Kentucky And by the way, when we covered his health condition, dude, it had to have been after COVID, but like probably like fucking 4 years ago, maybe 5. So there's no telling how much he's declined just within those 4. I'll say 4. It sounds probably about right, but how much he's declined even more physically and mentally from when we first covered him glitching out in front of everyone. When he was that famous video where he's standing in front of the podium, just like, you know, going full turtle. Turtle. Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? Let me know if you catch that reference. It has now been 43 days since news of your hospitalization, Bashir wrote. During that time, you have cast 0 goose egg votes, engaged in no official activities, and aside from 2 photos, which one of them was debunked, us as the community did that. You're welcome, mainstream media. We'll do your job for you. Even though they're all Operation Mockingbird anyways. I think it's even gotten to the point where it's in local news. I've thought that before. I don't think local news is completely controlled, but it's infiltrated its way even into there. Because even local news is usually like some Fox or something. So 0 votes, aside from 2 photos, and corresponding statements. You have made no effort to communicate with your Kentucky constituents or the nation. Even the attending physician written statement does not discuss your actual condition, including whether you can speak, reason, or carry out your duties as a senator. If that is, I mean, that's what he wrote, apparently. Supposedly, like, I ain't gonna lie, though. I don't like Bashir, but he's saying it like it is, you know. But we all know how politicians work. They say one thing and do the other, you know. They just tell us what we like to hear. These people are liars. I've always heard, you know, don't trust a politician, a lawyer, or a car salesman. Bashir, a Democrat, has faced a chorus of online criticism demanding he, quote-unquote, do something about the Republican senator's ongoing absence, with some suggesting inaction could harm his 2028 prospects. But without any official vacancy, there is little Bashir can do. Kentucky law dictates the Senate vacancies have to be filled by special election, quote-unquote, flash election, like we said, which would need to be called by the governor. Bashir also sent the letter to Senator Majority Leader John Thune's office. Quote, put our research, a vacancy in the Senate occurs when a senator dies, resigns, or is expelled by a vote of the Senate itself, Bashir wrote. If you are unwilling to voluntarily show that you still have the capacity to serve, I will insist Leader Thune fully investigate your condition, report to the American people, and begin the process if warranted. So that would be cool. I don't know who this Senator Thune dude is, but I would love for him to go and investigate this. If he's a good, genuine, good guy, you know, which is rare. I need to look into this Senator Thune guy. Let me know if you guys know anything about him in the comments, like if he's cool, if he's shady. I'm curious. So, McConnell, 84, has been hospitalized since June 14th. The public initially received few details about his health condition, other than that he was receiving, quote-unquote, excellent care, his team said at the time. After weeks of speculation, McConnell released his statement on July 12th, along with a photo of him and his wife, Elaine Chao, the Chinese spy, and that photo was been debunked. McConnell, at the time, said he had been hospitalized due to a fall and also suffered from a case of pneumonia, which I speculate might be a ventilator. Sorry. I'm being facetious, by the way. I mean, it's possible, you know, they put him on one, you know, and his lungs are getting flooded now. He noted that he had been able to move to a rehabilitation center. On Monday, McConnell released another photo and statement saying he is not medically cleared yet to return to work or leave the rehabilitation center. So I've only seen the first photo. I would love to see the second photo. If you guys have seen it or have a link to it, like, hit me up in the comments below with it. I'm very curious. He also announced he would not attend the Fancy Farm Picnic, an annual political speaking event in West Kentucky each August. Oh no, I go to that. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I just wanted to cover because it's all over our fucking Kentucky newspapers. This is like big conspiracy news here. And like I said, the next time we do some more newspaper stuff, we're going to be covering this data center that's popping up. I have some more McConnell stuff here. It's all over. Every one of these newspapers is covering this shit. It's fucking crazy. Love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. And where is Mitch McConnell?